Will Daniel Brunskill move to center if Alex Mack retires?
You know, it's interesting. That was the other giveaway that Lynch had in that presser when he started talking about how in the Niners system, they can go with young centers. That sounds to me, Grant, like they may make a big blockbuster deal, get that 10th pick, and either use the second round picks if they get those for Linderbaum, or trade back from 10 into the 20s and take Linderbaum. You're not taking him at 10, but but the Iowa center is spectacular. And I'm hardly wowed by centers, but it almost seemed like Lynch was prepping us for there's going to be a rookie center, and Linderbaum is far and away the best of
But
those.
Linderbaum, they would have to take him with the 10th pick, right? Like, would he go that high?
Well, he's going to go. Let's just say they got the Jets' second round pick too. He's going to go between 10 and that second round pick, or he does have short arms, and he is a center, and there is a chance he could be there on the board at the top of round 2.
You know, what's interesting about this prediction, like Kyle Shanahan is known to like having premium centers. And Alex Mack, although he was at the end of his career, worked with Kyle a lot. He was a first-round pick, right? 21st pick in 2009. People forget Weston Richburg was a second-round pick. I think he was the 43rd pick. So I think Kyle Shanahan likes having premium talent at that spot. And so I don't know if they could get it at 61, but I wouldn't be surprised if they took a center at 10, even though I wouldn't do it. I think he might. Or he might trade up for 51 to do it.
I think that your idea of using Debo as a way to recoup the Trey Lance expenditure makes even more sense that they would trade down from 10. Because if you do trade from 10 down to 25, which is, I think, prime Linderbaum territory, you're probably getting another number 1 pick for that. And maybe that, so if they really want to recoup the Trey asset, you trade down from 10 and you take Linderbaum in the 20s.
So so you think they're going to actually get Linderbaum's interesting. So they could keep Brunskill at one spot, and then you have McGlinchey, and then essentially you have like a 5-way competition for one guard spot between Aaron Banks, who they say they like, but I don't believe. I don't believe him at all. They also have Jalen Moore, Colton McKivitz, Justin School. I'm guessing they'll go with Colton McKivitz just because he's a guy that started for them a couple of times.
Yeah, they seem like they trusted him when the season was on the line.
Yeah. He's the new Mike Person or whatever. He's the new
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so Linderbaum. See, these guys have not been on my radar because I've been looking at late second, early mid third. Now I'm looking at first round pick. So can you tell people a little bit about him? He's the primary center in this draft.
Yeah, I mean, he is the best center that I've seen in a long time. Okay. I mean, this guy's got unbelievable mobility. He's a plug and play player. He's a guy that you could put out there week 1, and he's going to be a near Pro Bowl caliber center, in my opinion. He's a little bit short arms, but that's not a primary concern. It's a bigger concern at tackle. At center, what you're looking, he can play center, he can play guard. I think they would utilize him at center, but he's just tenacious. He locks on. He's got unbelievable mobility, smarts, tenacity. I mean, he's the total package. He's one of the best interior offensive linemen I've seen. This guy gets out. You can throw those, where you want him to get outside the tackle box and actually find somebody, pick off an athlete in space and knock him off his pins. He's that kind of a offensive guard or offensive center. I think he's a difference-making offensive center. I really do.
Well, I mean, if he's all that you say he is, he would be the best center they've had, because I always felt that Weston Richburg was solid but not great, and I thought that Alex Mack. I mean, he's older. He was better 5-6 years ago.
Goodwin was good. Remember Goodwin when they went to the bowl? He was pretty good.
Goodwin was good. I was thinking more of the Kyle Shanahan years, but yeah, Goodwin was actually a key member of that team. He was underrated. Yeah. He definitely solidified that line. Good call. Okay, and then we got McKivitz. What do you think of that? I mean, if they get Linderbaum, I guess that changes the outlook of that offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I first of all, I don't know about Banks because I didn't watch him at Notre Dame. The people that I've talked to around the league say that he's too slow to play in Kyle's system, and that's
what everyone thought.
That's why he didn't play this year.
So why did they draft him?
There is maybe a little bit of a disconnect between the people making the decisions on draft day and the coaching staff. I I mean, how about Trey Sermon? Trey Sermon ran for 300 yards, played well against, was it Seattle? Never got on the field after that. I mean, it was a weird year for the rookies as far as did the coaching staff talk to the scouting staff in the lead up to last year's draft, or were they on different islands? I have no idea, but there seemed to be somewhat of a disconnect. Jalen Moore looked great in the preseason, never played again, couldn't beat out Tom Compton. Banks was a second-round pick, couldn't even get active. Trey Sermon couldn't get on the field. I mean, a lot of mixed messages coming out of Santa Clara on that rookie class last year.
Yeah. Last thing about Linderbaum, he went to Iowa, as you said, right?
Yeah.
That's where Kittle went. So, I mean, this is a place that's producing run blockers the Niners like and have had success with. Also, there's pedigree there, right? I mean, there's the Scherf. I don't know what team he's on now. Was he on Jacksonville? Brandon Scherf? Anyway, he was with Washington for a long time.
Yeah.
He went to Iowa.
He's made a ton of money.
Yeah. They produced really good offensive linemen, except Robert Gallery. That was a mistake.
Who went second and is now in Pleasanton. But I won't say anything bad about Robert Gallery. He lives in Pleasanton. I live in Walnut Creek.
Nice.
There's that 680 is too short of a distance to really bag on Gallery.